Hey guys, it's Leah Michelle from Resistance Chicks. We are your hosts. Today is the 29th, I think, of June 2017. So the hottest news is Trump's tweets, I think. Again, they're always hot news.
We like have like a whole world of issues and Trump's tweets become like #1.
Yeah, kind of true. Yeah, especially when his tweets are not about national things. It's just kind of about some news anchors that may have done a music video about him. Yeah, but I find it hilarious. Leah and I can't stop laughing. Apparently everybody is losing their mind, upset at Trump. I'm like, dude, if somebody's going to come out and write a ridiculous song about me, I may poke a little fun at them.
And it's more than just a ridiculous song. I followed Joe Scarborough during the election, and they teased around with being kind of pro-Trump and anti-Clinton corruption. They kind of teased with it. But Mika Brzezinski, his, like, I don't know, affair, new, engaged, you know, fiance, whatever.
Very odd, these on-screen relationships.
Yeah, she was married and whatever. So, here's the thing. They have been ripping Trump to pieces, shredding him. They shredded Kellyanne Conway. She misspoke on something and they called her a liar. And they've just been...
But Nancy Pelosi and Maxine Waters never have slip-ups.
No.
They're the epitome of perfect speech.
So, this tweet goes out today. It was funny to me. He says, I heard poorly rated Morning Joe speaks badly of me. Don't watch anymore. Then how come low IQ crazy Mika, along with Psycho Joe, came to Mar-a-Lago 3 nights in a row around New Year's Eve and insisted on joining me? She was, I can't even read this line. She was bleeding badly from a facelift. I said no.
Okay, it's not funny when somebody's bleeding badly, but the way he says, I said no, exclamation point, I'm sorry, I lost it. I can't.
It was funny. It's really, really funny to me. And here's the thing. These are the kind of people who hobnob, right?
Yes, they schmooze.
These are the kind of people who want to be in. And they treated Trump and Kellyanne Conway so badly. But then they turned around and, you know, now he's the president. And so they spent 3 nights at Mar-a-Lago. And he says they wanted him to join them.
So he says no. She's bleeding from the face badly. He says no. Now what are you going to do when your feelings are hurt? I was bleeding from the face. For my facelift, and I just wanted to schmooze with the president-elect, and he wouldn't, and so now I'm going to have my affair boyfriend write a really bad song about him. That's what I'm going to do because my family are globalists.
Yeah, her dad, like, he founded the Trilateral Commission. He was on the Council of Foreign Relations. He's from Poland. And
hang on, we love the Poles.
Yeah, I know. He was a horrible, like, globalist communist.
Disservice to them.
And he's in the Bilderberg group. He's a globalist. He died recently. Rockefeller and Brzezinski died. They're probably in the same place.
There is a God.
So she tweets out this Cheerio box and made for little hands. And so so she makes a disparaging remark back. So now we have this mud-flinging escapade.
Well, one thing that you said earlier was that a lot of people were coming out and saying what Trump said was somehow chauvinist
and
or sexist because he said something against a woman. But then she can come out with a sexist remark against men and little hands, and it's okay, which, once again, this reminds me of the epitome of the inequality that feminism touts, because it's totally fine for women to bash men all day long and to make sexist remarks.
They have been bashing Trump literally all day long. It's all they do, right?
All day, every day.
And then they make this music video, which should be banned from the internet.
Are
because
we
it's
going
just
to play the music video?
Parts of it. It is so bad. Joe Scarborough, literally, this is not a, I thought it was a mock-up. It's not a funny thing to him. It's for real. He has a whole CD that he's coming out with.
Parody, I think is what you're thinking.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about it a little bit, and I'm just going to play it in the background.
I have not seen this yet.
And it's supposedly...
I saw a couple bits of it, but not...
It starts with, like, it has a character that it follows, and at the end, she's actually murdered and there's blood. These scenes behind me are so repulsive. They got girls in bikinis. They got naked people. They got Miley Cyrus hanging on her little thing. And basically, it's supposed to be Trump's America, but most of these things aren't Trump's America. And his whole, the singing of it is just disgusting, and he's blaming all of this on like Trump and Trump people.
Because all of this just so happened to happen within the past several months that Trump's been elected.
Right.
Not. This is the America that actually the people like Scarborough have created.
And it just boggles my mind because it's an anti-Trump and like nuclear bombs and everything going off. And
because somehow Jerry Springer is
here's
Trump's
the thing.
fault.
Most of this happened under Bush and Obama.
Yeah.
And Clinton. Okay, so all of this craziness, he's like, the whole song is, I've looked inside and I'm disturbed by what I see. But he is a part of it. This Joe Scarborough, he had to resign under very suspicious circumstances. His aide died in his office.
Right.
And the coroner gave to his campaign, and there's a huge cover-up there. Yes. In my opinion, he was involved in this murder. My conspiracy theory ticker.
Your odometer. This is
their
Trump.
thing. Here's the thing. It's so disturbing. They're looking at it and they're watching, and so we're watching them watching it, and they're saying, I'm disturbed by this, but they're not disturbed by it.
No, they're not. We actually are.
Yeah, and it should be rated R. And I'm just going to kind of skip to the end where some girl at the very end, she like, she's this girl that they follow throughout the whole music video. It's so disturbing. Like, she's shot and killed, like, I don't know, like some sort of gun control. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure the message here, but it's highly disturbing. And Cindy, there goes
dogs. Real deal.
They caught it. Got it.
We're good.
Yeah.
Nice save. And there's Putin shooting a gun. People shoot guns. It's totally, I mean, the message that they're trying to play here is...
Besides, it's like some sort of assassination is what's happening. And we can't decide whether they're trying to encourage them to, people to assassinate Donald Trump. But, hi, Sunny. You're pretty excited.
I have treats. I have ammo. Look, these are my guns. There you go, Sydney. Oh, Jasper got that one. It's a real deal. You just come here. You guys are used to it.
Anyways, that was their little anti-Trump music video, and then they go on these tirades against Trump all day long, and Trump hears about it, right? That they're talking smack about him, and so he does this little tweet basically saying they said they wanted to be my friend and they wanted to schmooze me. So the one thing about Donald Trump is that while I do believe he's kind of psychopath. Like, seriously. However,
I don't think you said that correctly.
He's kind of a psycho. I didn't want to say it out loud. I was just thinking it, so I didn't really want to say it out loud. However, I believe that he's an honest one.
I think what Leah's trying to say is it does not come as a surprise that Trump has one of these personalities that I'm sure the analysts that do these things, would love to just break down. We have friends actually who would give him this test, and they could tell you exactly what kind of personality type he has. And there is a personality that is kind of self-absorbed and self-obsessed and thinks that they are the answer to everything. Now, granted, we have seen a massive turnaround in Trump within the last year, I would say specifically, year and a half, which we like. We're glad to see it. I think maybe he's coming out of that kind of funk and he's listening to the people.
Care about other people besides
he really does have that kind of, there's a specific word for it. I don't know which one it is. It's not really psychopath. I think there's another word that you're looking for.
Yeah, there is another word I'm looking for.
Are people that are smarter than us can tell
are you watching?
Yes, they can tell us exactly what it is. But yes, he has this kind of personality type, and you know what? We don't mind. It's fine. A lot of people have this personality type. It's not like a murdering psychopath type personality.
Yeah, and so, you know, he's working for the people. He's trying to do what's right now. He's messing up here and there. We obviously call him out, but this is hilarious. And as long as the media and people I know are corrupt are coming after him, then I'm going to come to his aid and I'm going to defend him. Because I know
on
that
specific issues, there's issues that we can see clearly. We don't need to judge whether somebody else is coming against Trump. We can just say, okay, we know this is the correct issue, we know this is the wrong issue, whatever. But on something like this, where there's really no way you're going to know all the details, you kind of have to just
I know that Mika and Joe are crazy. They are crazy.
Exactly.
So I'm going to call them Crazy Joe and low IQ Mika too. So.
I absolutely loved the Alex Jones coverage of this story. It made me laugh so hard.
You threw away the ammo.
I threw away all the ammo. We'll have to get to her in a minute. You guys don't mind Sydney. She's just part of the show. But, so I want you guys to go and watch that. The InfoWars Alex Jones. Are you going to play any of it?
I wasn't going to, but I can.
He cracked me up on this. I mean, seriously, you guys have to be able to laugh about these things. Too many times we take it too serious.
Of corporate vomit and fake liberal, neoliberal garbage.
You got it.
You get
unbelievable.
Okay.
Don't you love Trump's tweets?
Yes.
Last night, where he talked about Mika and Scarborough begging to meet him at Mar-a-Lago, and then his Secret Service detail said, you know, she's out here, she's had plastic surgery, she's got blood dripping out of her, you know, hair. Obviously, Psycho Joe, as he's known, was pretty revved up. Who knows what they were out doing? Word is they like to party pretty hard. And Trump, you notice, said that she's low IQ and he's a psycho. Wonder why the president called old Joe Scarborough a psycho.
She has it. No, she doesn't.
You ever investigated Joe Scarborough, folks? Spent a few minutes looking into his past? Why he left Congress? Why he's the perfect shill? They went to Mar-a-Lago 3 nights in a row on New Year's Eve and insisted on joining me. She was bleeding badly from a facelift. I said no. And she doesn't even know about the tunnel.
Oh, you didn't read him that part.
I'm not going to tease him on the stuff back there. But celebrating the fall of these arrogant dirtbags off of their vulture perches as they try to destroy this country and this world, as they try to consolidate total control, is a real pleasure.
There you go.
So, yeah, like Mika's just part of a globalist cabal trying to take over the world. And I wanted to just give you a little taste of Mika here, where she tells everyone, you're not supposed to do any independent journalism. We're supposed to tell you what to think.
We covered this when it came out originally.
That's exactly what I hear. What Yamiche just said is what I hear from all the Trump supporters that I talked to who were Trump voters and are still Trump supporters. They go, yeah, you guys are going crazy. He's doing, what are you so surprised about? He's doing exactly what he said he's going to do.
Well, and I think that the dangerous, edges here are that he's trying to undermine the media, trying to make up his own facts. And it could be that while unemployment and the economy worsens, he could have undermined the messaging so much that he can actually control exactly what people think, and that is our job.
Yeah, if you look at
it's embarrassing. It is so embarrassing.
He can actually control what people think, and that is our job.
We covered that when it originally came out, and it still is not old.
Nope.
So there you go. These people are somehow making a ruckus. Now, I want to bring it back to, and we don't have to do this every time, but I feel in this one I want to. All of this on either side, whether it's Trump's tweets or Mika Brzezinski and Joe Scarborough and his music video or whatever, they're real people, but they're also puppets in a game. And so I can guarantee you that there is something else that is major going on underneath of the scenes right now that none of us are supposed to be focusing on, and that's why we're being diverted to this. So Leah Michelle, why are you covering it? Because it's funny and that's why we're covering it. But there's a lot more going on that they don't want us to know about, which is why they have put this distraction out in front of us. So I think we have to always bring it back to that there's way more to this than meets the eye.
Yeah, so like, comment, and subscribe to Mass Faith 3 and Resistance Chicks.
Ring the bell for notifications. Find us on Facebook and Twitter and VidMe. We love you. God loves you. God bless.
I was cold all alone, no place for home, every day so afraid, but you called my name.